It's hardly classed as broadband. It's roughly dial-up speed, typical 0.3 of a megabit per second. Very, very slow.
Habrough's got a major problem in that the telephone exchange is at the far end of Immingham, so we're about 6.5, 7 kilometres line length, coming down copper wire or even aluminium, I believe. So you get a physical limit on what it'll do.
It's horrendous. It takes about 4 hours to just download about a half-hour episode of a show. If you're watching like BBC Online or anything like that on demand, it takes forever to absolutely download them. It's horrendous, really, really slow speeds compared to the rest of the area, never mind the country itself.
In Stallingborough, where we live, it's very slow and very intermittent. It drops out regularly during the day.
Sometimes it's like 15 minutes to get on it, 20 minutes, sometimes half an hour. It's a bit frustrating,
It gets very, very slow, and you just crash out in the middle of whatever you're doing. Then you try to get on again and you can't get back onto the internet. It doesn't allow you to go back onto the online. It just stops, and then there's no connection at all. And then
we have people staying from all over the world, coming for ConocoPhillips, Dan-Shipping, ABP, North Killinghome, places like that. They're not used to the speed of the broadband, it's so slow. Obviously they come and ask me what is the problems. It's hard for me to understand them as well as them to understand me, and it's hard to tell them that we have problems with the broadband and everything like that. And it's hard for them to do their work as well, especially when they're away from home. They're not used to the broadband being this slow. Sometimes it doesn't even work in the first place, so we obviously need to get that sorted.
Like say we're in the 21st century and you can't open your laptop up and get a straight connection, it's pretty bad.
For other purposes as well, you want a day out, you're looking to see what's on. Well, we can't, because we just can't get on anywhere to see where we can go and what we can do for that weekend. It's just, well, it's that broadband, what broadband?
Well, it'll impact houses and businesses around here because everybody needs a high-speed internet connection now for business, for people, for education. They're just building 450 houses at Healing very shortly, and people aren't going to want to come. Businesses aren't going to want to get set up because it's not fast enough. They need to keep up with the times.
We're on the border of North East Links and North Links, and I don't think sometimes the council know which actual links we're in, because it seems to be that we don't get any of the benefits or funding that such like Grimsby or Cleethorpes or Scunthorpe gets. We don't get the money put into us to make sure that the services that are required for broadband actually come out to this side of the village. People think it's just got to be town-based, there's got to be Wi-Fi in town-based. Well, yeah, what about the villages as well? People need to communicate. It's a means of communication.
I think they tend to spend the money in the towns and the bigger places rather than the villages. We don't get very much at all at Habrough, of anything. So if we do get a small slice of the pot, it would be nice, We've
got a few people in the village who go to Caister Grammar, and when it snows in Caister Grammar, all the kids have to stay at home, and they're good at that school. They give us internet learning, but unfortunately, if we can't get the internet connection, the kids stop learning over that period when it snows.
The computers are such a great thing in this world now, and they're forgetting about the little areas such as Habrough and Stallingborough. People need the computers so much more now. We rely on them, and the internet just isn't doing us any good at the minute with this speed of the broadband.
you just feel that it should be partly what we can do from anywhere you live. It doesn't matter wherever you live. Just because we've got open fields doesn't mean to say that we shouldn't have a good broadband signal, does it? I mean, I'm lost for words, really.
We pay our council tax, and often we pay a higher council tax because of the brand brackets we're in. At the end of the day, we want our councils to do the right thing for us, and therefore communication links as well as transport links and everything else. If they're going to start shutting the post office, they need to make sure there's another way that the pensioners can get the pensions, we can do our banking. We've got no village shop here, so therefore we rely on communications such as the internet to maybe in contact with loved ones abroad.
But more so because we haven't got access to anything else.
No, exactly. And I think the council needs to make sure that the North East Links get their fair share of the money that's available to us for the internet.
What really does gall a little is we pay exactly the same price as somebody in the city, and our service isn't fit for purpose. It's terrible, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Please, please, please think about the little people, the little villages. We all use computer too. This is the 21st century. We need big things like this. You can't forget about the little people, all the big companies, and obviously this hotel as well. We need better broadband, better speed, so think about us as well.
I hope the councillors look past the areas that already have high-speed broadbands but that have the exchanges in them, and think to themselves, okay, perhaps on the doorstep of the exchanges, yeah, demand might not be as high, but think to themselves, okay, what do these exchanges serve, and where is the demand just outside of the fibre ranges, the fibre optic ranges, and really give the chance to the villages to have the competition, have the options to choose faster links, and hopefully meet the demands set by the government in the next few years, and then the milestones beyond that.